Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3S. I'm your Chantele Francis here with Matthew to talk about the challenge. Season 41, episode 8. Matthew, how you doing? And who do you have behind you?
I have the ghost of CT's past. I'm good. I continue to enjoy the season quite a bit. And I'd say this episode maybe one of the weaker of the season, but still pretty strong overall.
I agree. I was entertained. Obviously the problem we usually have is about the daily. Like, who cares? There's no real stakes because, especially with something like that, you can't really tell who is who. You can't see who's doing well. You just kind of have to wait till the end to see what everybody got. And so, but other than that, I thought it was a strong episode. We got a strong episode from Turbo. He was delivering this episode with some new nicknames for people. I'm pretty happy overall with the season, and this episode, I didn't mind it.
I remember after the first episode, I was saying, I bet at some point someone will throw a daily. And it took till the last possible opportunity before they switched the format. But Michaela finally decided to throw a daily. So it did finally happen just before the format switches next week.
100%. It did happen. So you do not think that CT threw the Leka daily?
No, I don't think he did. I think maybe he didn't try as hard as he would have. But I mean, we saw even today, like, he didn't do a great job getting up the wall today either. So I don't think he threw it. I think maybe he could have continued to try if it was a male day, but this is the first time we've actually had someone acknowledge at least that they threw it.
Right, like making it clear that, like, yep, I'm doing this. It's like, yeah. And I would never think it would be Michaela either. She just does not seem like someone that would ever want to throw something, but this format lends to that being a possibility, and it doesn't really matter because if she's gonna be like paired up with a threat, like, she doesn't even have to worry about CT being her partner. So unless they can pick anybody, we don't know if that's the thing yet.
Michaela is playing like a very risky challenge game because she is going to be like like if she were to do 42, she would be such a massive threat because her willingness to go against the grain, her willingness to throw something, put someone like CT in danger. It's like very smart to win one season, but winning a season is so hard, and it's like such a crapshoot as is that it's like, okay, well, how can you best position yourself to win any one of the next 5 seasons? And for me, like, that's going to be really hard for Michaela. But I think on the plus side for her, she seems like someone that would just kind of pop in every few years. And by then there's going to be more kind of common enemies or public enemies. So I definitely worry for Michaela if she were to do next season. I hope she does, but I think her best shot is to just win this one.
Yeah, she could win this one. It's actually like it's kind of in her realm of possibility. Now, who do you think that she would? Well, I guess we could do the speculation at the end, but we're talking about it now. Since she's the most winningest girl at this point, if she is the one that has first pick of all the rookie men, who do you think she'll pick? And if she if she could pick either rookie or a vet, who would be her first pick from the vets?
Well, I imagine they're going to have to take rookies because Theo said something like, hey, if a rookie guy goes home, then there'll be a vet pair for the duration. So I think they're going to have to choose rookies since the numbers are even now. So I would assume Michaela would probably want Yeremi. If not Yeremi, I would probably Cedric because he's kind of level-headed. They probably have somewhat of a connection through CBS. And some of the other rookie men are just kind of nutcases. Like, I don't think she would want a Will or Gabe.
Or Leo even.
Yeah, Leo is a big target. I feel like it would go Yeremi, then Cedric.
Yeah. Okay, so Jessica was saying here that Michaela mentioned something about not wanting Yeremi in the final because he's a threat. So it seems like she's under the impression that it's going to be an individual prize and not one for male and female. Do you think it's just because they didn't share the format at whenever she made this comment? Like they didn't know how it was actually going to be? Because it doesn't necessarily make sense why she wouldn't want Yeremi to be there.
Well, it's also possible maybe Michaela knows that Yeremi wouldn't choose her. So it's like, well, let's get rid of this guy earlier because he's not going to choose me anyways. I don't remember when Michaela said she wanted Yeremi out. Was that this episode or a previous?
I think it was a previous episode because I don't remember her saying that this episode.
Yeah,
it might have been like early on, like episode 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's definitely a threat, but I don't think it's going to be an individual prize.
No.
You've been playing it in duos this entire season, and if you're going to be winning in a pair, like unless they do one of those split or share or steal things, maybe. But I don't think that they're going to offer it like that. Like just one prize.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. I think there'll be 2 winners.
Yeah, male and female, and it could be either obviously rookie male, rookie female, threat male, threat female. That's what I think, but who knows? Why do you think they don't like to share what the format's going to be like? It actually, in my opinion, will make for a more strategically compelling season because people are not like hedging their bets and worried about like if they do something, it might screw them over in the end. Like they have all the information. Am I missing something, or do you agree with them?
No, I think they should. I would rather them tell the audience as well. Yeah, so if it was this episode, Jessica, I think it's maybe Michaela senses that Yeremi would not choose her. But I guess she has more points than him. So she could just choose him right off the bat. Unless they know that this like next.
Yeah, you're right. Like, sorry, I see what you're saying with like him not choosing her, but like if he's with somebody else, him and his partner might beat her and whoever she chooses if it's not him. So she kind of has to choose Yeremi at this point, unless she wants to allow another strong team to maybe come in and overtake her and whoever she chooses.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that she's going to choose, like you said, Derrick or Cedric or Yeremi, and they're all kind of working together. So who would Yeremi choose? Like maybe, well, is Nani going to choose Will? That's the question. Or
there is the other side of things where it's also like, do I want to choose someone strong that I'm not working with? Because then like I'm not going to get targeted by either side. So it's like, maybe like a Yeremi or maybe a Michaela. I don't really know what guys she would be working with, but if Yeremi says, "Hey, why don't I take Olivia? That way, Olivia's people don't ever come for me, and my people are not going to come for me." So
Olivia would win the game if Yeremi chooses her. I think.
I think Michaela would win if Yeremi chose her as well.
No, okay, yeah, I was going to say like if Yeremi goes, I think whoever Yeremi is with. Will win the season. I do think that's
not if it's Nani or Aneesa.
I don't think he's choosing either of them.
But yeah, like
even Ashley, maybe
oh yeah, Ashley for sure because he would handle the physical. She could do the puzzles. I think Ashley, Aviv, Olivia, Michaela, all 4 of them would. Am I missing another woman or no?
John A.
Oh, John A. Any of those 5 could win with Yeremi. The only ones that wouldn't would be Nani and Aneesa.
And Nani might, you know what I mean? Like, stop, be nice to Nani. She just won a challenge last week, and you're down on Nani?
I mean, Nani's not going to win this challenge.
You never know. I don't know. I feel like with the whole scene that we'll talk about in a bit with Olivia being upset, I wonder if they left that in because she's actually going to rise. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if this is like her lowest moment and like the rest is her like picking herself up and getting to the end. And like, this could be like her, winner's arc beginning. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling so far. Like, it's so focused on Olivia's story that I just don't see it just falling off. You know what I mean? Like, the whole season's about her so far.
Yeah, but I don't know. Challenge edits are so weird. Like, remember the season a few years ago where the whole season was about Cam and Leroy like running the house, and then they both lost in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely think Olivia's situated well to make the final, but I don't think the edit cares about the winners. Like, we saw Amber B won, and she had like no confessionals that season.
But Amber B tends to be a little bit.
Casey won with like no confessionals. So, and yeah, they're more kind of soft spoken and like typically they're not going to cause a lot of waves. But I mean, Amber B does have a lot of drama around her. And even when she won, she was very under edited. So it wouldn't shock. Also, like, it definitely wouldn't shock me if Turbo won with like a more under the radar rookie girl.
Sydney, remember I was saying that like Sydney.
Well, Sydney's definitely not under the radar though.
Oh, fair, but like Sydney, I was saying that like, oh, I wonder if like they're gonna work together, and I thought like, oh, maybe they're dating or something like that because I thought I saw them kind of cuddling. I don't know if we saw that cuddling moment yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney chooses Turbo, especially if she has the pick, because it will be likely Michaela, and then is Sydney most winningest, or is it Olivia? Oh, who can't choose Turbo anyways, and then it's probably Sydney.
And to be honest, like Turbo is the only male vet that is like that these women are going to want. Like Theo is a shell of himself. CT is a shell of himself. Derrick is like banged up and beaten down. Who else is there? Who else is even on this cast? Theo, Turbo. Is that it?
I think there's only five left. Five, I guess.
Oh, Leroy, same as Nani.
Someone just said that. I feel bad.
Yeah, so it's like whoever gets Turbo is just in such a good spot. And then all the other dudes, I just do not see having a chance at winning.
Is America going to get to the final? Like, we don't see that much about her, but she's like in a good position. Like, people, maybe she might get targeted this next round. I don't know, but like, I don't know. Like, we're not hearing her being talked about negatively right now. But
I wonder who her partner will be.
She doesn't have that many points, so she probably won't get to choose. She's gonna be like with like Derrick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see like them being like the last two forced together. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could make a final, but I assume it's still going to be last place goes into elimination. And I could definitely see like America, if she's with a Derrick or Leroy, coming in last place at some point.
Oh, do you think it'll be a double elimination as well? Oh, no, wait, they're going to upset the numbers though then. So maybe it is a double elimination for the pairings, because it seems like next week is going to be the mini final. It's going to be solo individual placements, whatever. That's going to get the points to determine the order for picking. But if it's like the last person in and it's only one person, it's going to be uneven pairs. So do you think the hangnail still would be in place?
No, I just think both. I think it's going to be paired eliminations.
I'm saying, but next week is going to be solo, whatever it is. I think it's a mini final from.
Oh no, I got the impression that next week is just going to be 4 additional points.
So there's no elimination.
Either no elimination, or it's going to be like the first half of the episode is the mini final, and then maybe it ends. You know what? It's probably going to end on a to be continued next.
No. Okay, so Alexis thinks it's going to be last guy and girl.
Go home, or?
Well, yeah, go home.
I mean, I guess they could do a purge.
But they won't necessarily keep the rookie threat dynamic proper.
Oh, yeah. No, in that case, I don't think there'll be a purge. I think it's just going to be for extra points. Because that's why Yeremi said, like, if I finish ahead of Will, I can get first choice of partners.
Okay, so at the end, we'll see if we have time, and we'll maybe go through how we think people will place. Oh, well, no, we'll just do like how we think the board will maybe be set up, and then we can see who we think that they're going to pick. We can see how right or wrong we are. So we get to the beginning of this episode, and they say, "Don't fuck with a girl named Tay," because Tay is 2 for 2 in eliminations. She didn't make it to your cover page behind you. Your wallpaper?
Yeah, Tay's not doing
wallpaper.
much for me. Yeah. I mean, I prefer her over Casey as the house furniture, but yeah, she's fine. Like, she seems nice. She is good at the eliminations, but she's not really doing much for me entertainment-wise.
Fair. Tay's with Leroy again. She's happy about this. They worked decently well together before. I'm like, really? Like, okay, I think you're just making something up to say, because I don't think that they did that well. I can't remember, but it wasn't memorable. We see Olivia talking to Derrick and Johnny about Nani and Ashley being happy that Izzy's gone. So it's just interesting how Olivia's acting now, because 4 episodes ago, she was pretty like cocky with how, like, when she's getting out bananas, she had all the numbers and whatnot, and she was actively not working with the other vet women. And now that they've taken out one of her numbers, like, all of a sudden, like, they're not playing the game well. Like, I find it interesting that she's playing the victim now, but like, they haven't even done anything that crazy wrong other than getting out somebody that's not working with them, you know?
Yeah, it was weird. Like, her edit is very weird. Like, to your point, like, there is like the potential of the like Phoenix Rising coming up now, where she's like broken down and she's gonna rise up. And then there's also like the edit of her, like the power getting to her head in a way, and it's like she is the ringleader but is not actually as well respected as has been let on. So I don't know really what to make of Olivia's position here. It seems like, I mean, she just lost 2 important numbers back to back. So I don't know. And also she is pregnant here, so I'm sure she's hormonal too. And
maybe that's why she's being so annoying.
Yeah.
We have Michelle here to weigh in. Michelle, hello. We've just been doing a lot of preamble. Anyways, we just started with the episode proper. And we're just kind of commenting on how Olivia is just so upset because they took out Izzy and she's not a threat to their game. And it's like, well, she was a number for you, Olivia. So I don't understand why you're so surprised that they would want to take out somebody that you were working with.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They're just taking out people around her. And they're succeeding at it. I mean, yeah, the numbers are crumbling. But I did enjoy this episode.
I did too.
Like, not that I loved everything, but I had a realization today, which is like, it's so nice to watch a show where there are entertaining people in multiple directions. Like, I can watch this scene and there's at least one person who I'm like, oh my God, I'm entertained. There's people over here entertaining. And like, even if I don't root for them 100%, I'm entertained by most of the people that are there. Not all, but most, which is great. I mean, it's hard to come by. Are you comparing
this to like BB27? Is this what you mean?
I mean, it can't even compare. It can't even begin, but
so much more strategy, is so much more entertaining, so much less whining. Yeah, it's definitely doing a little bit better. So Theo says he's going to go into carnage mode. What is carnage mode? Can you define this, please, Matthew?
Carnage mode is what Theo does on Twitter, but never on the actual show. Yeah, it's like, I think he's referring to he's gonna like go off on the house and wreak havoc, but Theo says he's gonna do that and then never actually does anything, or at least since War of the Worlds. It's like, I don't want Polly back on the show, but the only thing that makes Theo entertaining is Polly.
Yeah. Do you know what carnage mode is, Michelle? Like, when he said this, were you like, we're getting scared for somebody?
No, I mean, it's rough. He's had a rough showing this season.
It's like gets worse and worse every year since he like petitioned to get back in.
The things that make him strong are like he's very tall. He was, should be great at running and endurance and things like that. And
it used to be funny too.
And and that has all kind of decreased. And then he doesn't have any like new puzzle skills to make up for it or anything. So, and I'm not seeing a lot of great strategic gameplay happening from him either.
Well, he's never been strategic as far as I remember, right? Because he was always kind of with Bananas, like part of his crew a little bit years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
But yes. Was he? Sort of.
I think so.
Yeah. But I'm entertained by Olivia as a character this season because it is nice to have like an opposition that is like, she is strong. And like people don't want to go against her in elimination because like, she's proven that she's very strong. Like this mini final coming up, I mean, she's showed that she's got so much endurance.
Mm-hmm. But is she going to be able to beat? I'll be curious to see if she could beat out Sydney, Michaela,
Dee.
The three of them are like, so also want to say like huge. They showed a lot of Dee having conversations with people this episode. Am I wrong in thinking that? I felt like there was a lot of her.
Was talking to everyone.
I was like, oh, now we're showing her as a gamer. Okay.
But like she is a gamer. That is
I know she is. Yeah.
But like we haven't been seeing him. We've been like, where's Dee? And I guess she's talking today, or maybe they're just showing what she's doing today.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it was interesting to see that there was an upstairs versus downstairs, but Theo doesn't seem to mention that Olivia made the divide happen when she says at the first episode, or even episode 0, it might have been, where she wanted to be working with the UK girls, made bestie alliances with Izzy, like all those people, and then they chose to live downstairs. And so it's kind of like she's making it seem like the vet women have been ostracizing her, but it's like she made that group, they all stayed together, and the other people were upstairs. What's she talking about?
Yeah, like she made that group first. It seemed, at least what we saw in the edit, that she had her thing happening immediately. Like they were like the first big alliance that kind of came through, this season.
100%. And like, look at John A's like right over there with them because of Derrick, of course. But I guess there's not that many UK people left. There's just, at this point, Tay, well, she's Australian, but like part of the UK. Adrienne, and Jake is also there. And then John A, Derrick, Olivia, and Theo. It's a little sad, actually. Is there anybody else?
I think Olivia thought that once Bananas was gone, that the whole house, like all the vets, would rally together to just take out the rookies. I think that like Olivia initially thought, okay, Bananas is the problem. Once that problem's gone, then like the other rookies won't have Bananas, like the Dee, Sydney, Yeremi side. And like, I think she expected the vets to stay vet strong, but at that point the damage was kind of already done.
Yeah, well, going after Bananas is going after a vet, and unless you have all of them on your side with you, like when this is happening, it's not really going to work that way. It's a pretty premature thought, unfortunately.
Most importantly, justice for Leka. Okay.
Justice for Leka. So Matthew did present to us the title of this episode. And we predicted exactly what's going to happen. So why are they so obvious about like their titles?
It made it obvious that he would be in the elimination, but I thought he was going to lose until I saw what it was, obviously. Then I knew immediately he was going to win, but like I did think he was going to lose the elimination. I remember seeing in like the super trailer that Derrick goes into pole wrestle or something like that. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't remember that. Okay.
So that's what I think I even said it to you guys, like, oh, Derrick C. Isn't Derrick C supposed to be going into one of these? And so I was already thinking that it was going to be Derrick C versus CT, and that it was going to be like, if it was going to be a hall or a like pole wrestle type thing.
They showed in the preview last episode that like there was a voiceover of TJ saying, and next week the return of pole wrestle. So Yeah, when I saw CT was going, I didn't know it was going to be against Derrick. I was hoping it was going to be against Theo, because I think that actually could have been pretty entertaining. Yeah, it was definitely obvious that CT was going to be targeted here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
they made that obvious.
No suspense in that regard at all. Terrible. Oh, wait, sorry. Dee asked Will, "Are you mad at me?" It's so awkward. All these like lovers quarrels and him trying to pretend that he's not mad at her, and she said his name, and it was pretty awkward.
I guess that they showed us that because she ends up having to partner with him or whatever, right? Like, is that why they showed that to us?
Whoa!
That conversation between them? Yeah.
To show that they're not like good?
Yeah. Or that it's awkward. Because I just felt like so many of her scenes, I was like, she's not in trouble here. But I guess it's like leading up to something that's going to happen. It must be.
Yeah.
You know?
It must be something for the next episode. Because there's a few D conversations that I didn't even write anything about it. Because I didn't even know what was said. Because
I feel like we didn't even, like, we got Sydney, but I feel like I wanted more Sydney.
I wanted more Sydney. I definitely wanted more Sydney. Turbo gives Derrick a nickname, Derrick FF. Were you expecting this from Turbo? Fake as fuck.
Do we count that as a fight? Are we counting that as a fight?
Sure.
I think we should.
Derrick's fake as fuck. Let's see. We'll put some fight points there.
Derrick was smart to not fight back against Turbo, though.
Is it only Turbo then, or does Derrick get fight points here too?
Well, I guess Derrick gets
points back. But he was involved, but he didn't like escalate it.
Like not like when CT was yelling back at Turbo. Because I feel like Turbo, if Derrick C was like fighting back with Turbo, I feel like Turbo would have got more aggressive than he did when CT was doing it, for sure.
Willie laughed when Turbo called Derrick fake as fuck.
Yeah.
You should put that as a shirt, fake as fuck. It would have to be blurred out, probably. I don't know if we're allowed to print. Are you allowed to print profanities? I don't know if you are. Yeah, I thought Turbo was funny this episode as well. I thought it was a good showing for Turbo. So all the new threats think that CT is conniving and he can't do endurance, and they're like, when did everybody flip so hard on CT? Like, are they just not showing this up to us in the edit, or everybody hates him, even the vets?
No, they don't respect him at all. This is like the first season I can remember of like the new era CT where he just does not have anyone's respect. And he's really like, without Cara there, he's really just on his own. And normally like people look up to him and nobody cares about him here. It's really weird to see this version of CT, honestly.
But it's also kind of like, now we get to have yet another like underdog story from CT. Like, it always, somehow he was always like so strong back in the day, but then like he would get in fights and things would go wrong and he would lose. So he was still an underdog and no one wanted to work with him. And then he became so like great. And then there was War of the Worlds where he came in sort of out of shape and the American side didn't want him and he had to kind of fight up. And now we're kind of getting a similar thing, although he's even more like in the depths this time. But like it keeps him like relevant and interesting, because I'm like, is he going to be able to overcome this? Like, I don't know. I ride for his journey. I can't help it.
CT is, we talked about it a few weeks ago, but CT is one of the most interesting reality TV personalities ever. And to your point, Michelle, like there's so many sides of CT, and we kind of already know the next version of CT that we're going to see is like CT's going to come back in better shape and he's going to be like demanding respect, because he even said today, this is the worst performance I've ever had on one of these shows, which is definitely true, I think. And now next season, like we know he's getting into better shape. Next season, he's going to come back on and he is just going to make people respect him again. And it's going to be interesting to see. Whereas like someone like Bananas, it's the same over and over. Wes is like more mature now, but it's like the same kind of shtick over and over. Jordan, it's the same over and over. He's like the cocky, physical specimen. And like all due respect to those three, they've all made great careers too. But like CT is the only one that's like constantly evolving, in my opinion. And it's just it's very rare for reality TV that you see someone with so many different sides.
You see the emotion, you see his heart, then you see his struggles, but then you see when he's kind of an asshole, and then you see, there's just so much. You never see that level of vulnerability truly from someone like Bananas. Like,
yeah, maybe when he was originally on his first season of The Real World, right, before like he became who he was or who he is now. But CT has maintained his authenticity fully. Like, I do agree that, or believe that, Bananas and Wes are more interesting players than a lot of like the new generation of reality TV stars. Like, I do feel like a lot of them are very edited and very guarded. I do think that they're produced, but I feel like we do get to see a little bit more of them than like the new era people. But with CT, he's still as raw and vulnerable as he was 25 years ago. And so, yeah, I agree with you guys that he is definitely an interesting watch, and I'm never really bored by his journey. It's never the same shtick, for sure. You're like, which CT we're gonna get this season? We'll see. Hopefully he does well. So Nani is talking to Michaela, and I love that they're like buds, like so fun.
I enjoyed this.
Sag vibes, like fun. They're besties.
Love it.
And they're talking about how Olivia came into the room when Nani and Ashley were in there. It was basically gloating that all the new threats want her to be their partner. She's looking for respect from these vets. It's interesting. She's kind of like, it's kind of like a younger sister vibe. She just wants to be approved, like have the approval of these vets. But then also when she has power, she's like not into them at all. She's actually a pretty interesting study as well. Maybe it's
Olivia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love Michaela. I love the way she plays. It's so just like bold and but she's also smart, and like I just love that after that whole debacle with the notebook, she's able to like be someone who's going to be here as much as she probably wants to be, which is I love.
I have a question for both of you. So there's a lot of like people that cover the challenge that aren't fans of Michaela, and I'm just like I'm actually confused as to why. I don't feel like she ever does anything that it makes her, in my opinion, unlikable. I find that it's always like interesting or like, oh my god, like I don't know, it's always something. Do you have any ideas as to what it is that makes people not necessarily like her?
I think a lot of fans of the challenge are really protective over like MTV talent.
Okay.
And I think like they don't like CBS in general. So it's like Survivor has their people, Big Brother has their people. And even though the challenge needs new people, they don't like to be infiltrated by CBS. So, I mean, to me, Michaela is perfect for this show because she is physical. She speaks her mind. She is strategic. Like, she has everything you would want, but at the end of the day, like, people are just not going to like her because she came from Survivor. I see a lot of hate for Dee as well. To me, like, I think Dee is also great for the show, but Michaela is giving me more than Dee is this season. That's all I can think of. I don't know why else people would not like Michaela.
Well, I think like even on her season of Survivor, she was polarizing because she was like, her game was really like in your face.
I so excited by her though, when she's like,
I loved it.
And her strategizing and sipping her tea and eating her popcorn. Like her first breakout season, she was a gem.
Yeah, she's
maybe
unafraid.
People haven't watched Survivor. Actually, maybe that's what it is. Yeah,
It's the idea that you're playing the season of the challenge that you're on to the best to try to win. no matter what, and doing it unabashedly is what makes her get the invite back, because she ends up being entertaining instead of trying to like just have friendships for future seasons or whatever. She's getting the invite back because she's just hilarious.
I think another thing about Michaela, and she did like a Q&A recently, and this is something I gathered from her. She said that the challenge contacted her to be on the show the year after she was first on Survivor, which was 2018, I believe.
That long ago.
Yeah, so they contacted her 7 years ago.
Wow.
And she initially said no because at the time she felt the challenge was way too much of a like party show still, and it wasn't like the physical show and strategic show that it is kind of now. And she said that's just not for me. And I think some people that are fans of the show are very nostalgic, and like they only want like the crazy personalities like an Ashley, Amanda, and I like, obviously I love those personalities, but I think there's more than one way to be entertained by people on the challenge. But some people just want like the mid 2000s like craziness, and that's just not what Michaela is going to be doing.
Yeah.
She's not going to be like getting hammered and hooking up at the bar and throwing people's clothes in the pool. Like that's never anything she's going to do.
That could have been fun.
You need a mix. You need a mix of people, and she provides what she provides, you know?
Yeah. Like hers is more like she's very witty. She's strategic. She'll cut you in confessionals, which is entertaining, but she's just not as confrontational to your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that with like Michaela, I totally agree that she wouldn't be cast, or she wouldn't say yes to being asked on the show 20 years ago. Like she'd be like, I don't know if this is for me. So I can appreciate now that it's a little bit more of a strategic, physical type show, that she's more interested in it because she could be athletic and strategic and win a lot of money. And so yeah, I think I like Jessica's saying, a good mix on the show, but I understand with a personality and person like Michaela that she wants something a little more serious.
Yeah.
Like she's not going on Big Brother. Like, can you imagine that?
She would not do well, I don't think.
She would hate that.
You would hate it.
She also said that she would never do Survivor again because she's like, I just know I can never win that show. So like my personality just cannot win Survivor. And I would rather do the challenge because at least I can protect myself there. So she did make it seem like she'll do more seasons, which is
yeah.
I think she's having a good season this season, so it would make me want to come back. Her first season that she was on the challenge when she went home first, like I might not want to come back right away because that sucks. So I think that she's been doing better and better, so that maybe she'll just become like a little regular, a little staple. So Nadia and Michaela want CT in an elimination. I actually had to rewind it. I'm like, wait, they want him in the elimination? I didn't realize how much even the vet girls were anti-CT. And so is this because they were supporting Leka? Like they thought that he was throwing it and because he didn't care about Leka? Is that why they all of a sudden, what happened?
I don't think the vets feel that way. I think that's how the rookies feel. I think the vets feel like he is not strong enough for the endurance to be a partner in the final. And if I have to be with one person at that point to the end, like I can't trust him. And I think they just don't want him in the game as an option for like the end.
But I don't
that was what I got from it.
There'll be vet pairings.
But there might have to be, depending on who goes home, right? Like
I think we're at an even match right now, but I'm not 100%.
Well, now we are, but at this point, a rookie theoretically could have gone home, right?
I think that they were probably like heavily urged to take out a vet male to make it even, but
but they can't confirm it's going to be even. And also like vets have had to work together already. So like there's a chance that like, I just think that they don't want to work with him is my guess.
And he has been kind of talking a little bit more to Olivia than to them. So maybe he just doesn't think that he's being loyal to them either.
Yeah.
So Olivia's with Leo for this challenge. Olivia does not really like heights, but Leo doesn't mind. He was cliff diving with his sister growing up. And then Aneesa gives herself a whole list of accolades. Were you surprised by how much she was patting herself on her own back?
Not really, but I will say she swam quicker than I expected when they showed her time. I was like, oh.
She's a fast swimmer, though. She has always been okay in the water. From what I remember. Will, what am I talking about? Will, whoever, I guess because of Theo. Oh, okay. So we get to the daily and they're all standing out getting ready. And we did hear that Theo's knee is hurt and he may have to get it. He has to go and get an MRI. And so I thought that they might do something similar that they did to Naya, where they waited till they got to the elimination and then there was just no elimination. I thought that's what they were going to do. But they basically said that Theo was not fit to participate. And so Will, who is the hangnail, now is going to be partnered with Dee, who is Theo's partner. And Theo now is going to be the hangnail while he awaits his MRI results. We're going to be doing cyclone. Basically, they've climbed this spinning wall. Each pairing had a side. They had to gather these puzzle cubes, 5 of them, bring them to the top ledge, jump off, and swim at the fastest time. It was an okay challenge maybe to participate in, but I couldn't see who was who. So I was just like, okay, let's just like get to the end of this because it doesn't really matter. We saw that at one point, I think it was in heat number 2, that Yeremi was able to get all 4 out of 5 tiles at the top, or cubes at the top, and then swam very well. So Yeremi and Sydney were likely going to do quite well, but I didn't really notice anybody else. Well, except for one person. Other than Michaela and CT being partnered up.
And also like Leroy flopping.
Stop it, Leroy. Like Leroy, they fell off. They got 0 out of 5. They didn't even show their time, I don't think, because they swam so slowly.
America did better than them.
This is like the 3rd time this season in 8 episodes that Leroy has like just barely evaded elimination, where he's like doesn't complete the challenge and then someone else either DQs or is like barely worse than him. So he's getting very lucky thus far, but he's not performing super great.
Well, eventually there's not going to be anybody worse than him. So
there's Theo and Derrick.
It's a mini final next, so we'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can pick the order at the end, Michelle. Everybody on the sidelines was pissed at CT. CT was excited at the beginning of the challenge because him and Michaela were together and she's like the best female and like, he wants to, get some points with her. And they're screaming on the sidelines, justice for Leka, justice for Leka. Could he hear?
I feel like he must have heard.
It's not like there's anything else going on over there, so I would assume he would have heard. I honestly, okay. I feel like he is just so he didn't really, he was okay, but I almost felt bad just a little bit because I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone is just trolling him because they really do think that he purposefully threw that challenge.
Or didn't try as hard as he would for himself.
Or didn't try as hard because, and maybe
shitty,
that is true. Do you think it's true though? I think he got paralyzed with fear. I could be wrong. Maybe he's just making it seem that way. But
well, he didn't do well he started off climbing well and everybody's like, oh, now you can climb. Now, like everybody's saying this.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, this is like bad. This is bad. And Turbo is going to rock out with his cock out if he gets last. He learned that from Bananas, right? They had their little lesson.
That's Bananas' lasting memory for this season. So thank you, Bananas, for teaching Turbo rock out with your cock out. That was pretty damn funny.
So Sydney and Yeremi were the team to beat for sure. And they won pretty much hands down. Most people got maybe 2 tiles, but basically as soon as they got more than 0, they're just like, okay, we know we're not last. We might as well just like jump and get off this challenge.
Yeah.
So Sydney and Yeremi are going to get the opportunity to choose which team is going to be up for judgment. And Michaela and CT were in last place, so CT is going directly into elimination. So Dee's talking to Yeremi and talking about how she doesn't have any options because she doesn't have any points, so she doesn't know who is going to necessarily like pick her, and so her choices she thinks are going to be CT or Theo, and she said that she'd rather have CT over Theo, but they're both really bad. Obviously she wants Turbo, but there's no way she's gonna be able to get Turbo. What do you guys think? Who's better for D, CT or Theo?
I would say CT. I would say CT.
I would say Theo is better for like his
Alliance
connections to get you through the game because nobody likes CT.
Right.
I would
Fair.
rather do a final with.
Yeah, I just think for a final with Theo's injury as well as his skills, I think that CT would have a higher chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Theo to get through would probably be.
Dee also said earlier this season, like, oh, I suck at puzzles. So I definitely think CT would be better for a final because Theo can't do puzzles for shit. But
Theo,
yeah.
What can Theo do at this point?
Be British and have British allies.
Yeah, I guess he's just like handsome. That's about it. Aviv does not necessarily want to stick her neck out for Derrick. He's been hearing that Derrick might be the person that's picked to go in against CT. They are friends, but she's not going to ruin her game just to save him, which is, he kind of chose his bet here. Like, he sided with Olivia, which is fine, fair to do. But, like, kind of, why don't you keep some of your other allies and play a little bit of a double agent life? Maybe he's not good at that, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to give up some of my allies that are on the vet side for Olivia when they could be helping you in situations like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never want my real friend being like, oh, we're not really playing together this game, so I'm going to have to let them go. I'd be like, that's a friendship ending decision there.
It's a tough spot, though, because Leroy is obviously tight with, like, Leroy is actually, like, part of that alliance. So that was never going to be an option. Theo and CT are already off the table. So it only really left Turbo, which would never be an option for Sydney. And then Derrick K and Derrick C. And I would imagine Aviv is probably tight with Derrick K as well. So it would really just come down to those two, right?
He can. Sorry, it's true. It's true. Yeah, it would just come down to those two.
So like Aviv, because they're not going to put in a rookie. So it's like either I let them just throw in Derrick C or I try to push for Derrick K.
Push for Derrick K. I mean, but Aviv might be closer to Derrick K. Like, we don't know. They've been on this in the game for a lot longer together. So that's what
I feel like Derrick K. Also, like Aviv is always at Challenge Mania stuff. I feel like her and Derrick are tight. Derrick K are tight.
Fair.
Also, Derrick K is kind of a free agent as well. Like, he's pretty rogue. And to me, like, Derrick C was just such an obvious pick. Because you're either getting CT out or you're taking a guaranteed number away from Olivia.
Olivia drew that line in the sand, and it's biting her in the butt. Big time. I guess, like, also since, like, she didn't even know how some of her rookie people were going to be able to perform. Just to make such a strong divide and then stick to it and then, like, realize it's not working. Eek. Yikes. So we get to club night, and Derrick K is worried about going against CT, which he should be. I would have liked that pair up a bit better just because I like Derrick C more than Derrick K, but I understand why that didn't happen.
And also, like, Derrick K is notoriously better at things like a pole wrestle, even though he probably still would lose, but like he's got a strong grip on a pole wrestle. He has shown us in the past.
So why was Dee apologizing to CT? What exactly was she apologizing for? Saying that he's shady? Because like she basically doubled down on that and was like, well, I think that you threw it. I think that you're shady. But what was she apologizing for?
I thought she was no, I thought she was saying like, I'm sorry that like everyone is against you. Like and like it's coming across that I like maybe don't like you, but that's not the case. I do like you, like I respect you in the game, but I do think that you did this, and like if you go home, I want you to know like I do like you, but like this had to be done. I thought that's kind of what she was going to get.
And I also just had the thought that if he has the chance to pick her, she wants him to pick her. And so I think she wants to put her on the table that they could potentially work together, because she was kind of saying that she would favor working with him over Theo. Like she was basically like, Theo has knees and fucking like he's just said like he has nothing good going for her. And if he was like, she was like, why do all these vets like are hurting themselves? And if he was like, we're all in our 40s, okay? Like we're older than you. I thought it was funny.
I also think it's Dee kind of playing the social game that we were kind of talking about earlier, where it's like, all right, like CT's going in, but if he comes back, I don't want an enemy, and everyone here is against CT. So if I can be the one person that's nice to him, then like if he does get power later on, maybe he won't use that against me because I'm the only person like being kind to him. And I think Dee being a Survivor winner who played a very social game, that's like her MO, which is very smart.
Agreed. So Turbo wants Derrick FF versus CT. Turbo is always petty. Like, get the petty out, Turbo. We see Derrick C talking to Sydney and Yeremi. He's making decent points, saying that he would be a better partner for some of the rookie female, which is true. I do think that he is better shape than all the other than Turbo, all the other vet males. And so I would probably want to keep him, but I think that Sydney is too smart and realizes that she needs to cut some of Olivia's some of her allies out. So Cedric is with the girl vets. This is after the club. They're back and they're just shading Olivia. Will is shading Olivia, just being like, we don't want to be with her. I'm telling her that I have no skills. Like it was actually kind of funny, but she heard and she got kind of sad.
Yeah, it can't be nice to hear.
Is to like check to see if anybody's around when you start talking about them, but I guess they don't know this in the challenge house.
Yeah, I mean, it must suck to hear. She did get a little maybe overconfident about her position, and she's performed well. And it's true, she has helped a lot of those people get points. So, yeah. But I mean, they don't want to be with her because of the social strategy element of it, not because they don't think she's actually strong. Like they're saying that, but I'm sure secretly they're probably like, well, if I'm with her in the final, she's got great endurance. So that's great for me. You know what I mean?
But I think they just don't want to play her game. I think that's like it goes along with the social element. Like they don't want to necessarily be a tool to help her get their allies and friends out of the game. And so I think that's also probably why they don't want to work with her. But I felt bad. Nobody wants to hear that, but yeah, make it bad. Any thoughts about that, Matthew? About
Sorry, say that again.
Crying in the corner?
Who crying?
Olivia crying in the corner.
Oh no, I mean, kind of said it before. I think like it's the hormones as part of it, and then just like definitely the stress of the game. But I don't know. I think you might be onto something. It could be a Phoenix Rising situation.
Yeah, this is like her rock bottom, right?
Yeah.
I just wrote down Dee talking to Derrick K. Does anybody remember what they talked about? I didn't want to rewind it, but I was like, it just didn't.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything important. I think it was just Derrick. He was looking at the board, and he was like, just thinking about like, oh, I don't want to go against CT. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Derrick's like, I forgot Derrick was on the season, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, he was just like, yeah, I don't want to go against him. But I've won 13 eliminations, so they might use me as a way to get him out. I think that was their conversation, something like that.
This is a good point that Dabu here is making. Olivia willingly wanted to be the vote, which screwed over Ben. Don't blame the guys. Do you know what? Like, that's pretty shady of
Fair
her
point.
too. And if people that could be a very good reason as to why the rookie guys wouldn't want to be partnered with her, because if it wasn't going to suit her game, she might throw it, and it's not someone that she could be trusted necessarily. So
Yeah.
good point for sure. Olivia is complaining to Theo. Theo's like, "Oh, poor you." Theo, she was a little bit woe is me when she's like, I have the most points in the house, and they don't necessarily all want to be my partner. And he's like about to be kicked off the show and has the 6 points.
Yeah, he has the least points. He's up for elimination. I think they probably knew at that point that Theo was probably going to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Which I honestly, I feel like they should have turned the votes up to Theo if they could have, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. So at the nomination, we do learn that Theo is cleared, like you said. And I didn't write down everybody's vote. I just put that Derrick was picked by Sydney and Yeremi, so he has to leave. He was pissed about it. And then they all voted for him to be going against CT in the elimination. So we get to the elimination. Was there anything in between? I didn't write anything down, but I don't think that there was. I feel like we might have gone straight there.
No, I think there was just like one little moment where they like came into the kitchen and told them that it was going to be Derrick. And he seemed like okay with it. There was also the one, what was it that Yeremi said to Derrick? I thought that was interesting. When Yeremi told Derrick it was going to be him going in, he said, like, you wanted to, like, have a notch on your belt by taking me out. Like, you were willing to have me be the sacrificial lamb in order for you to take out a big dog. Now we're giving you the chance to take out a big dog, so go against CT. I'm like, okay, Yeremi, that, like, pretty sound logic. As much as, like, some of us might not like that, it's like, that is fair. So go do it.
100%. He was being all like, give me, like, so okay, here you go.
Yeah, you want to take out the big new threats, but you don't want to take out the big vets. I did feel kind of bad for Derrick, though, but
Yeah.
especially
Well,
at the
we
next
know
part we're
why.
about to get to.
Well, yeah, we get to the elimination. It's a pole wrestle. Like, F that. So, Matthew, you should just repeat what you said that Wes said, because I 100% agree with you about this.
Yeah, so Wes has been saying forever that the physical eliminations on the challenge are almost always the worst eliminations because you can't control the weight disparity. It's like in boxing, like there's a weight class for a reason, but then on the challenge, you'll have someone that's 300 pounds against someone that's 180.
Yeah.
So
I don't even think he's 180. Like, oh my God. I think Derrick's like 160 and CT's like 280. But like,
yeah, and it's like we see like stuff like this all the time. We see like here it's CT and Derrick Chavez. We've seen Rogan against Jay. We've seen Big T go against Amber B. Like most of the time it's these like shitty matchups. Fessy against Nelson. Fessy against Kyle, Big Easy against Wes. Like you see all of these, like there's more of those. And what Wes has always been saying is there should always be 2 eliminations. And one of them should be if the people going in happen to be in the same weight class, then you can do the physical one. And if it's like a huge disparity, do the one that's more even or requires some sort of skill or endurance or puzzle making. But it's just like pole wrestles are great. Hall brawls are great when it's perfectly matched, but that only happens every 5-6 times.
Yeah, it's not like even the one with Theo and Polly, as much as like I was enjoying it because I
didn't like
how
it.
like I liked how mad they were at each other, but like the fact that it was so mismatched like made it uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And like same one, like Olivia and Nerys. Like Olivia's got 50 pounds on her. It's not fun. It's like you're either watching someone get injured or you're just watching a smaller person get absolutely destroyed and like hope that they don't get injured. And like I get like every now and then you get a Derrick against Joss, but like that's 1 in a million. It's how many other than Derrick and Joss have we ever seen a smaller person win a physical elimination? I can't really think of any.
I can't think of any right now. Yeah. Agreed. It makes all of us feel really uncomfortable. It doesn't feel safe. It feels like someone's going to hurt themselves, and somebody eventually will hurt themselves on the challenge, and it will be really, really uncomfortable. And the show probably would end if that happened. So I don't know why they're not a little more careful about this.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Miss St. Pete says, I still don't trust how production picks eliminations and wonder if it's based on how they favor. Do you think this is possible that
CT, they gave him the one thing he could for sure win?
The only thing? Or like another hall brawl he would win, but...
Yeah, it's like, even if it was a balls in, like CT probably loses because he wouldn't be able to run. So, although Derrick would never be able to stop him, so actually CT probably would still win. But no, I don't necessarily think so, because then like if production was rigging them, wouldn't they want to rig it so it was like more even matchups? Because isn't that better TV? Also, if they were rigging, they wouldn't have given Bananas a physical against Gabe.
That's true.
So I doubt they would rig for CT and not Bananas. So no, I don't think it's rigged.
Yeah.
So round 2 goes to CT. Round 1 goes to CT. Round 2 goes to CT. CT wins this elimination. And get a CT pro tip. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good. That is a life tip for sure. Yeah. I still can't believe that CT is giving out pro tips this season, but it's definitely a choice. Definitely a choice. Brandon says Era 1 is still in the game. It's crazy how last season they were going home first and now they're still here. I agree with TJ. We got old CT back in this elimination. Proud of him. Sad for Derrick. I agree, Brandon. I do. And the next challenge, there's no selection process this time around. Next challenge is going to be solo. And we do know that it's going to be the mini final. So TJ says to rest up. Now, we can kind of maybe deduce who's going to be with whom, or what do you think is going to happen?
Wait, so sorry. Did they not say the next round is going to be like individual?
Yeah, solos. Yeah.
So for the mini final, it's like by themselves.
I think it's just to accrue points.
Okay, cool.
And we deduced also that there'll be no elimination necessarily.
Right.
Because I think we're evenly threat, vet matches up. I think we're even.
So you think there'll be no elimination?
Well, like, would there be 2? And like, if there's 2, it might not work, right? It might mess everything up.
I think bottom's gonna go both male and female. Yeah, either a double elimination or.
It would have to be a double. It couldn't be a single. Or maybe it's a purge. Is something else that we also were suggesting. Like a bigger purge.
Like, are they not doing hangnails anymore? Is that what you mean?
Well, I don't know. It's like singles, right? So it's a different format than we've seen so far this season. So with it being the mini final, with it being singly run, it could be a purge because the last mini final, it was a purge. Remember?
Yeah, it could be there's a lot of them left. It could be a purge. I don't know.
Where do we stand now, Matthew, that we talked about the episode?
Well, there's 20 people left. 5 male vets, 5 female vets, 5 male rookies, 5 female rookies.
Maybe they'll do one from each bottom. So 4 people gone. You don't think they'll just do like the worst male vet, the worst female vet? You don't think they'll just like get rid like that?
My guess is going to be the first half of the episode will be the like aftermath of this elimination. They're going to do the mini final, which will probably take like 45 minutes realistically. And then after that, they'll do the picks. Like they'll have the final order. They'll pick their partners. And then I'm guessing it's going to end with a to be continued and no elimination. And then it'll just be like moving forward, it'll be pair eliminations. But maybe
20 people still in the game?
Yeah, but I mean, next week will be episode 9. So if episode 10, it goes down to 18. And the final is going to be typically 8 people run it. So they only really have to get rid of 12 people in like 8 episodes. So
there's 8 more episodes?
I would guess there's probably going to be.
That's a lot. No?
Yeah. I feel like it's like around 20 of the recent seasons. And
wow.
Next week will be 9. So episode 10 would be I'm guessing when 2 people will go home. And then episode 11 will go down to 16. 12 will go down to 14, 13 to 12. Episode 14 would be down to 10. Episode 15 would be down to 8. 16, 17, maybe 18 final. 19, 20 reunion. So that's to me.
But that's if they're getting rid of 2 people per episode.
But they wouldn't.
But
like, if you're stuck with those people.
But if this next episode they get rid of 2 people, it's a double elimination, female, male, and then moving forward, it's only one person going home a couple times. Then
but they did say that it's going to be permanent partners. So
from after next week, right?
The selection, yeah.
Yeah, the selection will be for the rest of the game. They said
they're going to be running the final with their pairs, so like they can't forget the pairs. You're going home with that person at this point.
Right. Okay. But I guess just in terms of if they're for sure doing it next week, I didn't know if they were or not. Like,
well, they basically said that we're deducing that the mini final is going to give some extra points and give the last amount of points to determine the order.
The order, yeah.
So that's why Matthew's suggesting that choosing of your partner at the end of it, but there's no
elimination.
Maybe the bottom 2. Maybe there's going to be some sort of twist because I think they said there's a game-changing twist that's going to happen next week or something as well. So maybe the last pick pairs or something like that. Like maybe they're going to be in danger or something like that. Maybe that's something like that could happen too.
Right.
But okay, so let's give maybe their top 5 people who we think are going to pick whom. So we know that Michaela, I don't think she could be stopped at the top. So who do you think?
Can Olivia not pass Michaela?
Michaela's at what, 38, and Olivia's at what? She's still in the 20s, isn't she?
Let me pull up challenge stats real
28,
quick.
I thought.
Let's get those challenge stats up.
Yeah, if that's the case, then the most she'd be able to get would be 8 points next week. So Michaela would be locked in for the first woman.
Most winningest. Okay, you're gonna get the stats.
No, they haven't posted yet, unfortunately.
Well, do it from last week, and then we can kind of see what happened.
Well, the thing is, we won't know because we won't know the results. So
I know we're just taking a guess as to what we think the order might look like for the top 5. Not even the top.
Okay, yeah, Michaela 38, Olivia 28. Michaela came in last this week, so theoretically, Olivia should be able to catch her. Actually,
but did Olivia get any points this episode? She was with.
But only 2 people wouldn't have got points. So even if Olivia, say, got like 3 points, She
That
could.
if she wins.
Yeah, if she wins for the women.
And Michaela gets no points.
Yeah, which is probably unlikely. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume Michaela will be in first. I think Michaela would choose Cedric or Yeremi.
Yeah.
Now, we don't think that she would want to try to choose. No, we should give like Theo to somebody else, like worse. So, okay, you think so? I think Yeremi.
Yeah.
And then would it be a guy that chooses? Like, who's the guys that are top?
Will is currently, or Will was at the top coming into this week. But
Turbo.
it probably is going to be Yeremi now.
Probably Yeremi because he.
Yeah,
but then
Yeremi
he already gets picked. Well, I guess it depends on who has the highest score.
I think Yeremi will get picked. I don't think.
Oh, Yeremi's 13 behind Michaela, so Michaela would definitely be ahead of Yeremi. So I would, let's say Will. Who would Will take?
Well, people are saying Will would take Nani, and I think that could make sense.
Yeah.
You think he
I'll take
would?
Nani. Yes, 100%.
Really?
I believe he would, because he's not going to pick Olivia, and I don't see him picking Ashley, and he's not going to pick Aneesa.
What about Aviv?
But I think out of the two, he would pick Nani over Aviv for sure.
Okay,
Like, he's
so
not really here to play the game. Like, he likes.
Yeah,
you know,
I guess he's not going to be super strategic.
No.
So then Olivia, who would she pick?
Well, I don't think she would take Gabe. I don't think she would take maybe Jake, but I don't think. I feel like she could take Cedric as a way to protect herself from like Cedric's people.
And we did see a lot of him being like, I don't want to be with her, like, and then get stuck with her.
Yeah,
and like do well with her.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like she wouldn't take. I don't think she would actually take Leo. As much as she said, like, oh, it would be fine. Like, I don't think she would actually do it.
No.
I mean, as much as like Leo's been performing decently well, I think Cedric is a more solid, like steady performer.
And I think we can lock in Turbo and Sydney.
Yeah.
Justin. Would Justin pick Ashley?
Maybe. Yeah.
Depending with those options left, if he has to pick a vet, I think he would pick Ashley.
It would be Ashley or Aviv.
He could go Aviv.
Like I think he has better connection. Like, he's been vibing with Ashley.
I don't think he would not take Aneesa.
No, it's Ashley or Aviv. Probably Ashley. But
who's left then?
So then there's Jake and Gabe. So Jake and Gabe would be with Aviv and Aneesa.
I think Jake is actually pretty good though. So I think Jake would take Aviv.
Yeah, and then we'd have Gabe and Aneesa.
Gabe and Aneesa.
That would be a train wreck. Okay, so we have we have those ones, and then for the male vets and rookie females, so we have Turbo and Sydney. Then I think next up would be CT. It looks like is next and next
probably D, right?
Yeah.
You think CT would go with D?
That's why they would show all that footage. Yes. Yeah, I could see that.
Because he came back, right? Like, this is in case he came back. So
I thought, was there a scene at the beginning where CT was like, where Tay said, "Oh, I would love to be with CT."
Oh, and then he was championing her when she came back from the elimination.
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah,
maybe.
I still think he's gonna pick D, but
yeah, maybe. And then
he's the better person for him to pick for sure.
Theo, Derrick, and Leroy, and then it's America, Adrienne, and Tay.
Tay is probably going with Leroy again.
I feel like Theo will be with Adrienne because they're kind of working together.
But like he wouldn't want to cross-pollinate?
I don't know. I feel like Adrienne is ahead of Theo, and I feel like Adrienne would just pick Theo.
Wait, who's Johnny with?
Oh, fuck. I forgot about John A.
So we're forgetting a rookie male.
Leo. We forgot about Leo.
Oh, Theo and Janae. Oh, but they had that one challenge together already.
I don't think that they would pick each other.
So maybe did Leo? Oh, maybe. Well, Leo did well with Nani, but I don't think he'll have a chance to pick. Yeah, I think Leo's doesn't have that many points, or does he?
He does. He won twice in a row.
So Aneesa actually has quite a bit of points, so she might actually get to pick hers. So it's possible Gabe is not with Aneesa. Mm-hmm. Aneesa could pick to be with like Jake or Justin.
Jake would be probably a better pick for Aneesa, I would think.
Yeah, because Aneesa right now, coming into the episode, was at 24 points, which was third most.
Well, and also Jake and Aneesa are both kind of part of Olivia's alliance, so if they want to keep numbers that way.
I feel like Gabe will probably be the last pick for the guys, so I feel like I could see John A and Jake.
And then maybe Aneesa and Jake.
Sorry, I meant to say John A and Gabe.
Yeah.
Aneesa and Jake, maybe.
And then Aviv and Leo.
Aviv and Leo, or
Leo and Ashley, Justin and Aviv.
Ashley and Leo. Ashley and Leo would be really funny.
Yeah. Chaotic.
Yeah. I guess that's our best guesses.
Justin talked crap about Aneesa on podcast about retiring. I can see him being stuck with her and being really salty, super salty.
That is true. He did do that. So
yeah.
I wonder if Aneesa has like fifth pick and
takes Justin. Justin has been doing well.
Justin. Yeah, Justin's been doing well. Like he's obviously got the endurance.
And so then maybe is Ashley with Leo or Jake then?
I want Ashley to be with Leo, so let's say she's with Leo somehow.
And then Aviv with Jake, that's a strong pairing, and it'll protect her a little bit. So then Derrick, Kay, and Leroy.
One of them would be with Tay, and one would be with America.
America and Derrick probably, and Tay and Leroy, no?
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to end up.
Tay has worked with Leroy a few times. They haven't been doing super well, but like it would be the third time that they're working together. So like they don't have to start like a relationship, basically. I don't know. I'd want to be with Theo over Derrick, I think.
You mean Theo or Leroy?
That's what I meant, Leroy.
Leroy over Derrick. That's close, I think.
Yeah, that is close.
Well, who does America think would want to be with? Who has the choice?
I feel
Tay
like
has the choice?
I don't know.
Who has the most points? Because neither of them are getting any more. Maybe Tay, because she's gotten like 4 points from.
Tay. No, America has way more points. Okay, America would choose over Tay, barring anything crazy in the daily. In the mini final, I feel like America would probably choose Leroy because he has more allies than Derrick.
And it's on her side too.
Yeah, Derrick is just no man's land. So
yeah. Okay, so our prediction is that Michaela and Yeremi, Olivia and Cedric, Leo and Ashley, Jake and Aviv, Justin and Aneesa, Gabe and Janae, Turbo and who? Oh, Sydney. Will and Nani, CT and Dee, Theo and Adrienne, Derrick and Tay, Leroy and America. I feel like these are the teams.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Feels about right. Well, thanks, guys, for chatting about this episode. We'll be back again next week. You guys have anything going on you want to share with the peoples?
You guys have an MVP for this week.
Oh, I forgot about MVP. Who was I throwing my hat in for? Oh, Turbo.
Turbo?
It's kind of funny.
He had like a couple funny lines, but I actually feel like it was a bit of a quieter Turbo episode.
I was going to say CT just because he was kind of the focus of the episode and he triumphed over adversity, sort of. But also Yeremi, maybe? No.
Well, Yeremi for being like, you wanted to see you and go and get your stripes, like go in there and get CG.
And he did kind of like slay that challenge way more than anybody else. Like they got 4, I think.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of inclined to just give it to Yeremi. Like I think it was an okay CT episode, but like he did come in last and the whole house is against him. So
Yeah.
he's definitely not
shining
his best right now. And like honestly, like he even said it. If it wasn't a pole wrestle, like he easily could have gone home.
Yeah. I appreciate his self-awareness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we can do Yeremi.
And then for the women, I mean, Sydney's kind of like an obvious potential option. Is there anyone else that stands out besides Sydney?
I'm always liking giving Michaela some flowers, but Sydney, I think, was a little more visible this episode, obviously.
Yeah, and she's having the right conversations with people, and she's just a good.
She's cocky, but people still want to work with her.
Yeah, she's like a confident strategist.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, because who was it that was saying that this new season is boring? Or was it Wes? And then you got in a fight with Sydney about it because Sydney's like.
No, that was Corey Warden.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah.
Like she has outshined him already. Corey.
Yeah.
Well,
we know Corey's not the smartest, and I think most people recognize that this season is great. And I was like, the other day I tweeted, I was just like thinking about how great this season was randomly, like over the weekend. I'm like, this season is so good. And next season, it's going to all be ruined when Tori and Devin come back. And they completely like stifle all the gameplay. It's going to go back to like their way or the highway. They're going to have all the power. And it's going to be like, we had this one magical season when like they happened to be taking a break. And now they'll be back for the next 5. It's like, oh, come on. Don't ruin it. Like we need adversaries at least, but
exactly.
They're going to come in. They're going to take out people like Ashley, Amanda right away. We're at 24 people?
Yeah, we are at 24. We did. That's why we were missing counting people to be anybody.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like there's a lot of people still left.
Okay, so maybe my calculation was slightly. Maybe people will go home next week. Then.
So if people do go home, it could be a purge. And my prediction or vote would be that the least winningest rookie, like male, female, that male, female will go home. So it's one from each of those like 4 tiers. It'll keep the numbers even, and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! I guess. Yeah, I would. Of course. Well, anyways, it's been fun, guys. Super fun times. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I want to go watch Love Island right now, and I'm like, I want to podcast about it tonight, but like it's so late.
Yeah, I gotta watch. I'm really excited to watch. I didn't watch last night's even, but
it's just fun.
Is this a new season?
Love Island Games.
I did hear minor spoiler alert, but I heard my favorites, Johnny Middlebrooks, is coming back for Love Island Games. So
really,
no way.
Yeah, I hear he's going to be coming very soon as a bombshell. So I am pumped.
Him and Tyreek on the same season? Are they both coming for Andrina?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Johnny's going to come in like with a chicken with his head cut off. So. It's Johnny always brings it.
Oh, do you know what though? They might do the same twist again and have everybody blindfolded, and Johnny comes in and lays one on Andrina.
Yeah, I'm excited for Sally to have to interview Johnny whenever he gets eliminated. But I honestly wish Sally was back on the actual.
Is she the host?
She does like the after show kind of thing.
Love it. She's so good.
A question for you, Matthew.
Yes, I did watch the series finale, and I saw that they're doing a Summer I Turned Pretty movie, so that's in the works, and I'm quite excited for that as well.
I have not seen any of this series. Should I? Can I binge it, or is it like something I just need to be part of, like the?
No, you can definitely binge it. It's like 25 episodes total, and it's pretty easy watch.
Easy watch, but long. A lot of episodes. Okay, we'll see what happens if I want to be part of the zeitgeist of this show.
I can't do it. I've seen too many like random compilation clips like scrolling that I'm like, I know too much. I can't watch it.
My whole Twitter today is Summer I Turned Pretty, so I like can't avoid it right now. So luckily I watched it first thing this morning.
Well, that's it, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.